I just heard something outside our bedroom window. I wanted to see what it was. I thought maybe there's something down here in the stones, like a frog or a toad or something. A big storm last night, maybe a tornado. We couldn't get home till a fireman cut some trees out of the way. But look what I see up here. Bank. That's what's been making the noise. Huh. Hey everybody, up here on the main floor. Had a real bad storm last night. We went to a little town not far from here and watched fireworks with friends of ours. And yeah, we couldn't get home. There was trees across every road. We were trying to get down. We went around a lot of trees, but then we finally came to one that couldn't get around or over or whatever, so we'd go back. Had a heck of a time trying to get back with that big long truck, but get backed out of there and get turned around, go a different route. We tried every route we couldn't make it, and finally it was almost 2 o'clock in the morning. The firemen, well, it was probably more like about 1:30. We saw red lights flashing down at one of the corners. We talked to them. They called in for another truck, came down, and they had a chainsaw with them. Look what we found here. This blue heron is sitting on our windowsill. I was hearing noises while I was laying in bed this morning. It was his feet on the fiberglass window. Oh, he sees me now. He's getting a little nervous. They fly over here all the time, but I've never seen one up this close. Very cool. Hope you guys enjoy watching wildlife as much as I do. I've always wanted to get film of these guys flying over, but I can never catch them. I'll see them going over all the time, but I can never get the video camera out and get them in time before they're gone. There's a whole bunch of nests in some trees just east of our house, just in the swamp. Big old nests, and they sounds like an African jungle at night. And in the morning they fly over to lake, catch fish, and fly back give them to their young. And yeah, that thing, quite the impressive animal. You're a good-looking bird there. Tell you what, there was so many trees down. We have so many trees down on our property, and there's trees down across all the roads. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it's a tornado last night, and we are without power right now. So we'll see when it comes back on. Last I heard, they were hoping to have it on by around 8 o'clock this morning, but it's hasn't quite got there yet. Oh, there we go. Sorry about the window screens. Maybe I'll open the door a crack and try to catch him through the door, but that will probably scare him away, him or her. Can't catch any fish up here. Yep, he was sitting on our egress window well, making noises. You can hear his toenails scratching on the fiberglass. Usually the only time you see him walking around is on the shoreline looking for small fish. Well, that was fun. That was really cool. Well guys, like I was saying a little earlier, power's out. Right up on the hill up here, let me see. To the right hand end of that garage there is the direction that blue heron was walking down this way. But I wanted to come out here and start the truck and pull it out of here because up there in the house I'm not getting any phone signal without our Starlink. So I'm going to back the truck out and see if I can hook up to that and charge the battery in my phone a little bit. And in the house, it's with those 8-inch block or 8-inch concrete walls and everything, you just don't get much signal. I thought maybe out here might be able to get more if I get the truck out from under the pole barn. But on this side of the house, if you just step out of the basement there is really not much signal. I think the house itself blocks the signal until you get farther away from the house. So we're going to try to charge up the phone a little bit, talk to a couple of the neighbors and see if they know, if they've heard anything about when the power might come back on. Thought about going over here to the sawmill and cutting that log, but I don't want to get all sweaty on sawdust and everything unless I know I can get a shower afterwards. So I'm going to hold off on that. Well, this is alongside my driveway going back to the house. We had lost several trees in a couple big storms happened a couple weeks ago. This one here just came down last night while we were trying to get home from watching fireworks at a friend's place. It broke off right up there, and you can see that was not a tree that was in bad shape. There was trees down everywhere. We had to drive out around so many trees to try to get home. We drive out around several, go through a ditch, cross the ditch and back on the road, and then get down the road farther yet and find out that there is a big enough tree we couldn't get through. So turn around, go back a different way. We tried every way possible to get to our house and couldn't do it. And finally, the last route, when we got to the last tree, I was considering trying to walk the rest of the way home and get my Polaris Ranger. I already had a couple chainsaws in the back end of it. Come out, start cutting, and then some firemen showed up and to block traffic on M43 because there was trees down there that we had tried to get through from the other direction. They called for more backup, and they got somebody to come with a chainsaw and cut a couple of trees out of the way so we could get home. But that was just almost 2 o'clock in the morning by the time we got here. So I gotta go try to get a generator hooked up right now because they said they'd try to have it on by 8 o'clock this morning, and that didn't happen. Now they're saying maybe by 3 o'clock this afternoon, and we've got a couple of freezers full of food we don't want to go bad, so I better get busy. Y'all have a good day. God bless. Well, guys, I just fired up the tractor to go take my generator up towards the house and spook that blue heron that was down here by the woods. It just kind of went up there to hang out for a minute. That's the one that was just outside of our bedroom window this morning. Where'd it go? Sorry. There we go. Yeah, I think he's lost. I bet his tree got blown over because there was so many trees came down. I guess a tornado did go through. Yeah, leave him alone for now. I got to go get that generator hooked up. Whoops. Yeah, it's over that way where all of the nests are, where all the trees are, the big blue heron nests in them. And they fly this way or get fish from the lake and take them back. So we all the time see them going back forth across here, but I just haven't been able to get a decent video of them flying over. They look like a pterodactyl or something when they're flying, but pretty cool. Heading back up the hill, I guess. Hey guys, this is the day after the storm, after the tornado came through. It was nice and calm until about 10 minutes ago. It's definitely not calm now. They're saying we might be getting like 80-mile-an-hour gusts. Oh, here comes the rain too. I better get in. And I just shut my generator off. I checked the oil, shut it off, checked the oil. It's low on oil. And the oil is down in the pole barn down there. So I guess I'll just hang out in the house and wait, and then go down there later and look for some oil to put in the generator so I can fire it up again, have a little bit of electricity. At least we ran it for a while, so the freezers and refrigerators and stuff like that are all good for a bit. Wow. Holy cow. Oh, too wet. Too wet. Wow, started all at once.
Hey, welcome back to Not So Retired with Chuck and Judy. Got a noisy generator over there running. We've been without power since Thursday night. This is Saturday morning. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, whatever you want to call it. God bless America. I got to run down to the gas station pretty soon and get more gas. We've been going through it. Right now, though, I'm going to go ahead and I've been waiting and waiting. It's not too awful hot yet. I'm going to fire up the sawmill. Probably just take a couple of cuts off that big old log there. It's going to be our bar top. Take a couple cuts off it and roll it over. And that's probably all about all I'm going to do on that today. Got other things to do. And then tonight we're going out on our lake here with the neighbors across the street. They got a new pontoon boat. We're going to go out with them and watch some fireworks out on our lake. So hope you all have a great day. Happy 4th of July. God bless America and stay safe. Let's get on to the rest of it. I don't know if I got that on film or not. That little thing was right down here by the truck, and I got up real close to it and reached out and petted on the head a little bit, and then it went to hop away, and all of a sudden the mama started screeching at me up here. It's a robin. Where'd she go to? Oh, maybe it's not a robin. I don't know what that is. It's not a robin, but it has a pointed beak on it. Oh, she just left. Huh. Well, neighbor Keith and I were just going for a ride and looked up off the top of the house. And actually it had its wings spread all the way out when we first saw it. But as soon as I stopped, he put them together like he might be getting ready to take off. Big old vulture, turkey buzzard. Oh well, we're gonna go finish our ride. I was just showing him where he just got back up here from Florida, and I was just showing him where the storms took all the trees down alongside the driveway. Yeah, okay guys, this is going down my driveway. This part right here was actually from 3 or 4 weeks ago, that dead tree. But right down here, this big root ball you're looking at here, that was, a little over a week ago. But then, after that, we had a big storm Thursday night. We were over watching fireworks, and it took more trees down yet. So there's a couple more big root balls down in there, and a bunch of, it looks like pickup sticks. There's like 4 or 5 trees all tied up together right there now. It's gonna be a bugger trying to get them sorted out of there. And the tops of them are laying in the swamp. And up here, we got another one that broke off. Right there. That one broke off of the far side of this bigger tree here that you're looking at. It's on the back side of it. About 20 feet in the air right up there. There you can see where it came off up there. Right up there, and it's laying down here. Stretched out across there. And then up here at the curve, we got more. It was like dominoes. One came down, took others down with it. See big tops of one there. There's some broke off up there. More broke off here. Down here close to us. And there's more that are partway broken and leaning bad. Right. Right up there. See that? Let me zoom in on it a little bit. Whoops. Right there, you can see where that one's broke off there, leaning into some other stuff. That's going to be a hard one to get down. Good widow maker, huh? Oh yeah, one more up here on the right when we get down closer to the road. came down a couple nights ago, Thursday night, July 2nd. Here's the tops one. I pushed it off the driveway. It was across the driveway, but you can't see much of it from right here, but it's actually a pretty big tree. It took several others out with it. Goes up in there a ways. Oh, got a dirty windshield. Anyway, that's just here on my little piece of property. Oh, I see. The tree also hit my neighbor's camper. One of my neighbors, I say neighbor, he's just down the road just a bit, but it hit his camper. Did a job on that pretty good. Looked like somebody karate chopped it right in the middle. Hey guys, Judy's in there now working on the storm damage video, which you must be watching right now. And as I was watching what she was doing there, I see that when I came down here in the buggy, driving down here to show my neighbor Keith how much was piled up in this one spot here on the edge of the driveway, that you really couldn't see it very good from the video because I didn't zoom down into it. So the camera was trying to focus on all the leaves and stuff that were closer to me. All of this stuff up here. This here was from 3 or 4 weeks ago, but all the leaves up here, right down in there, 2 different nights. The first night, one huge tree got uprooted and tipped over, and then a couple nights later, another storm came through and knocked more down into the same pile. So there's several trees that all came down together and got nested into a great big pile of pickup sticks, kind of. I just wanted to see if I could get a little closer and zoom in here, have her add this into that video she's working on, because look at this. This is a rock pile right here. I have so many rock piles around this property, so I can build stuff with rocks. Kind of like Steve on Sawdust and Sweat. That was cool. He was putting a stone, dry stack stone face on. Okay, now I'm walking down in here a little bit. This slanted cherry tree right here. This is the one. Or no, the next one over. That one there. Next one over. That one there is the one that the owl, that baby owl, was climbing up a couple weeks ago when I filmed it. Came over here and climbed up on that. But down here, like I said, I'm trying to get down here to show you. But this is the first tree that came up here. This big old root ball here. It's massive. I mean, if you were to stand down in there, up to the top of here, that's about 9 or 10 feet tall, and it's probably a good 20 foot across it. You can't tell that very good right now, but that tree, big old trunk there, goes out, and then there's 2 more big root balls right there side by side that happened a couple nights after this big one tipped over. The 2 root balls there and some of the others that fell in on top of everything, that happened the night that Judy and I couldn't get back here to the house because of the storm damage on July 2nd. We had several storms in a row here in about a 2 or 3 week span. But out here where all that treetop is, where all this stuff up here is, that's all water underneath it. That's swamp. And it just took out a whole bunch here. And then if you look just above the log here, you'll see water glistening down in there. So yeah, we're right on the edge of the swamp. But then, like I said, if I go down the driveway is uphill from me up here. Driveway is up here. I'm probably a good 10, 12 feet below driveway level right now. Go down that way, there's a big old tree broke off. It was a limb that was high on a tree, but the limb was, probably 14-inch diameter or more. And then right down where it goes on around the curve, that's where the rest of the pile is. But I just had to come down in here and give you a little better look at what we got going on here. It's a big ball of crap here. It's going to be hard to straighten. Oh, and there's more right up there too. It broke off right up there. It's hard for me to see on the camera here what you guys can see and what you can't see, but Yeah. We lost a lot of trees. And this, I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to salvage or how much it's just going to rot in the swamp, but I'm going to try to, what I'm thinking I'm going to do, especially this big log here, I want to cut this off. I'd like to get since my sawmill is 30 foot, and I can cut 30-foot long logs, instead of just cutting it into like 10-foot lengths or something, I'd like to be able to get a fairly long length out of there, because, and then square it off into a cant and then figure out what I want to do with it. If I want to do a beam or what, but I gotta actually look at the leaves and see which tree that big one is. Like I said before, a lot of you guys are a lot better at identifying trees from like bark and stuff than I am. I am not good at that yet, but I'm trying to work towards it. Oh, prickers, and I have shorts on. Got one poking me in the leg right now. I want to see if I can tell which leaves are from the big tree here. Gotta zoom in on what we got. From what I see right now, it might be a hickory. I'm looking up on top of the... Okay, look guys, there's a limb coming off this tree right here that goes up this way. So if I go up here and try to zoom in on those leaves right there, because I was thinking it was an oak tree at first, but that looks like it might be a hickory. If it is, that's cool, because hickory has awesome, two colors, like light and dark colors to it, sort of like walnut, only not quite the same. It's very hard to saw, but yeah, it'd be nice if that's a hickory log. That's what I made my stair treads out of. They're going to be in the stairway going from the main floor up to the loft area. I've got those stacked on the main floor right now, air drying up there. Well, I'm going to get out of here now. Make my way back up here without getting into all these prickers down here around my legs, hopefully, and get this thing onto Judy's computer so she can finish up this video for you guys. Hope you're all having a great day. Today is July 7th now, but yeah, just when these things fell, some of them took out some dead trees, like this big dead one here. This one here fell the same day that the big hickory behind me fell. It just broke off from the rest of the tree there. You can see the big part of it. Ooh, more prickers, gosh. Got vines and prickers everywhere. But it was in the ground. Well, I guess it wasn't part of that same tree over there. But it was in the ground in this hole here. And it just fell over because it's rotten. But it fell. No, that didn't fall the same day as the hickory. That's the one right there that I said was about 3 weeks ago. It fell about 3 weeks ago, and that's the one where I had to push the top of it out of the driveway with a tractor. But look at the size of that one behind it there. That one going up. That is a big old tree. Goes up there. Up there. Well, sorry guys. I get out here in the woods and I just enjoy looking at everything, but I'll let you go now. And look at that. There's another dead one. Right there, it's leaning into another tree. That wasn't like that a few days ago. That wind was ferocious. Well, you guys have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. And come see us again here at Not So Retired with Chuck and Judy. God bless. Bye.